Okay.
The first thing that pops up in the broadcast is Patrick's face climb. That's funny.
That's awesome.
When you send the link, it's gonna be Patrick going like this.
I'm surprised Chris didn't say goodbye to us.
I know. He just didn't
We say
love
goodbye
us.
to him.
Yeah. We
He
just
just doesn't. He doesn't really love us.
No.
He just faked it.
I thought we were family.
He faked it, huh? That's what I felt. I felt like he faked it.
He faked
Yeah.
it.
I think he actually jumped ship into that other group.
No. He jumped into something, but it wasn't another group. That'll keep you busy.
Oh yeah. I can't wait.
What just happened?
It's go time.
Are you recording
All right.
all this?
I'm ready.
Our poor instructor.
I know he probably watches the first 2 minutes and they're like the worst of us.
He's like, those guys.
You gotta forward it to like the middle. It's where we get real good.
Yeah, the last 5 minutes, you mean?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm ready.
Ready.
What grade would you give Morgan for how he pursued Skyhook and why?
I think I would give him an A just because they really believed in the idea and they downsized everything to try to make it happen. So I mean, for him pursuing it, I think he did a great job of doing everything he could to make it happen.
Right? Anybody else?
So everybody agrees with me.
I do.
That's scary.
I have to.
We're not gonna agree with you on the next thing though. That's it. That's all we're giving you.
Hey, if I get one thing, I'm good.
Okay, Skyhook developed a pretty cool technology that has gotten lots of positive feedback. Put yourself in the shoes of Ted Morgan. Why the lack of sales?
Well, I think it's because it's an product. I mean, it's got good feedback, but it's not been used at all. So.
It's not a good what? You cut out.
Well, I think the big thing it said in the case that it was like the chicken and the egg scenario. It's like it's a good product, but for it to get, one side of the technology world to buy into it, the other side has to buy into it. And without one or the other taking that jump, it's hard for anybody to really back it.
Patrick, you cut out, so I didn't really get everything you said.
Did you get the chicken and the egg?
Do you want me to write chicken and egg?
I mean, basically, there's two sides of the tech world. One side, like the computers and phones and everything. It would be good to put in their product, but because they don't have any software backing on it, it just didn't work well with them. One side wouldn't buy it unless the other side it already had an application on the other side.
So they didn't have software backing them up? Is that what you're saying?
Well, it wasn't in any software, like any mapping software or anything like that. It was just it was a standalone product that didn't have anything set up yet.
Okay. Review the deals below and describe the proposed deal outcome and lessons learned. So, let me kind of break these up. Hold 1 second, because I gotta change things around. Oops.
just started. It just started.
MFST, what is the proposal? The proposed deal, outcome, and lessons learned. MFST.
Microsoft. So Microsoft, that was the one with Streets and Trips, wasn't it? To put it into their Streets and Trips mapping software.
Yes.
Okay. So
I think you're the only one that read.
No. I read, but I don't know how he remembers everything.
What are you
That's
talking
really,
about?
I mean, it's impressive. Like, you got a very good memory. Like,
Yeah.
you have to read things like 100 times, but you like probably read this once and you're like, oh, I get it.
Yeah, I do only read it once. I don't have time to read it more than once. But so
That's like,
comprehension.
the proposal was to put it into Microsoft Streets and Trips. I can't remember the numbers exactly, but it was like a $3,000 or $30,000 deal or something, and then they would get a portion of each sale, like $1 off of each sale of it or something like that. And when it
was 300,000.
300,000, I knew it had to start with a 3, but then so that was the proposal. They got the deal all set up and signed. So this
Hold
is the
on one
outcome.
sec. I copied and pasted this chart thing and
No, it's not.
questions, and then it's like going crazy, not letting me type normal.
I would just, I'd put it in your own Excel program or something, is what I normally do with those.
Yeah, I just didn't have time to set it up from before. I'm going to have to kind of start different with this. Okay, hold on.
So what are you eating tonight, Mario?
Well, I already ate. But this is it's like corn, but I don't know how to explain it. But it's corn. It has like cheese and mayo and sour and like
Like
lemon.
street corn?
Yeah, but in a cup.
Okay. Yeah. See, you don't need to explain it. Just say it's street corn.
I knew we were Mexican. We're like family.
Ondale.
Ándale.
What's Patrick eating? He's awfully quiet.
Patrick's gone.
Where'd he go?
I don't know.
I think his internet's acting up.
He's having connection issues.
Okay. All right. Sorry about that. I kept trying to type and it was going crazy. Whenever you copy and paste those charts, they just don't work well.
Yeah.
Okay.
There he is.
Proposal was to put in Microsoft
Streets and Trips. I actually used to use Streets and Trips a lot.
Really?
Heard of it.
Yeah. Now I use Map Point.
Okay. Put in Microsoft Streets and Tips, and then what else?
And then they were going to get a $300,000 like signing bonus or signing deal. And then they would get, you got the numbers in front of you, Mario, like $1 per program or something like that?
But it doesn't say how much. It just has an additional fee for every copy.
Okay.
So it doesn't have a number.
So that was their proposal. And everything was going good.
There was a one-time fee of 100,000. Microsoft could use Skyhook data.
Okay.
But yeah, the upfront one was 300.
So then, from there, they sent the contract off, and like a week later, Microsoft sent it back saying they'd give them what, $100,000, and that was it. And they could use it in any product they wanted.
No charge for additional
Yeah.
usage.
So
Hey,
they decided they didn't want to deal with that.
the deal would fall through.
Something spooked him.
Did he get kicked out again? Oh no, there he is.
The deal fell
No,
through.
I mean,
Well, they decided they
Yeah.
sent back a contract that wasn't very good, so they didn't. They decided not to do it. So yeah, it went dead.
Okay, what was the outcome?
So the outcome was the deal died.
Deal.
Lesson learned: don't
Dead.
deal with Microsoft. I mean,
What's the lesson learned?
don't deal with Microsoft. No,
well, I think they also went. You know, they tried to sell a product before it was ready.
well,
Maybe they found out.
well, they weren't ready because of the GPS, all the mapping, but they were able to prove that it worked by mapping locations around where they were at.
That would take a lot of work to get that everything mapped.
Yeah. Well, they got it all done, but it took them, what, 2.5 years? And like 50 to 250 people a day on the road. So lessons learned. What would be the lesson learned for Microsoft? I guess, Patrick, that's something to make sure their product was completed.
After their product is ready and not going in with a false pretense of that they're going to be ready.
Yeah.
Okay, the E911 proposal.
That was where they were going to be able to use their product for like voice over internet protocol, VoIP, to be able to get 911 over the internet phone, which they didn't have at that time.
Okay, go talk slower. Be able to use their product for voice over
Internet.
internet. Okay. Talk like this. Be able to use their product for voice over internet. And then what with 911?
Well, to be able to get 911 emergency calling from the voice over internet, because at that time it wasn't available. So if you had Vonage or something, you couldn't call 911 from a Vonage internet line.
I thought you had a where you're living at.
Huh?
I thought you had to register your phone.
Even with voice over internet at the time, you couldn't do it.
Oh.
Because I used to have Magic Jack, so it wasn't until like the second year that they brought that into us.
Okay, what's the outcome?
Deal fell through mainly because that getting 911 on that fell to the backs. The background, they weren't as worried about it. There was a bunch of regulations that they were pushing, but then that stuff kind of went away, so they quit pushing it as much.
Okay. Lessons learned.
I'm not good with the lesson learned stuff. I guess. That's the wrong one. There it is. See if I can find it. What page was that on?
Which one?
The
VoIP?
The 911. Yeah, VoIP.
Yeah, page 7 and top of page 8. It talks about It says the FCC never issued a E911 mandate, and VoIP service providers pushed
Yeah,
that 90
pushed it to the background.
backburn.
So what would be the lesson learned from that?
Let's see here.
Don't ever deal with the government because they are wishy-washy.
Don't deal with the government. And don't deal with Microsoft.
Yeah, see, that's my answer to everything. Just don't deal with them.
You got all the answers.
Um, I don't know.
Okay. We'll skip that one. What's the proposal for Nokia?
Nokia. Building the network. Okay. Nokia. Skyhook asked for 30 cents to $1 per device.
Yeah, Nokia didn't want to pay for the service, so the proposal, Skyhook's proposal was, like Mario said, 30 cents to $1 per device.
Depending on volume.
And upfront commitments. So the problem, okay, I know what lessons learned from Nokia.
So it also proved difficult for employees and big companies to be the first to commit.
Yeah. So again, the outcome was no deal was made. And lesson learned is don't deal with Nokia because they're stupid. No, I mean the lesson with Nokia was, trying to deal with the larger companies. They had so many different departments that they didn't know if it should be. Is that the one they didn't know if it should be the tech department or the software department, hardware or software? So just the lesson learned is to try to find the right person in the company to talk to sell the product to, because there was just so many different avenues they had to go because they didn't know who should make the decision at Nokia on whether or not to buy it.
Well, they also the big companies hold all of the bargaining chips. That has no bargaining chip really, so I think it's hard to.
Microsoft too. It said there was no straightforward way to allocate cost across business units. So nobody really wanted to pay for it, but everybody wanted to use it.
Right.
Okay. Okay, who benefits from technology?
The consumer,
The military.
the government.
Yeah.
I mean, everybody can benefit from technology unless you're the Amish.
Typically, and then we get it on a civilian type of a benefit. But typically, the military develop and use like drones, military. Now we have it for civilian use.
Yeah.
Planes. now it's civilian use. I mean, it's always typically military.
Okay, what problem does it solve?
Well, you can solve anything, right? I mean,
Yeah,
it's different problems. I mean,
I think the biggest thing is in one of the exhibits in the back, it showed, like the big thing was like locating services and GPS type stuff. Because the typical GPS, it works from line of sight off satellites. So I think even outdoors, there's like a 33% refresh rate or ability to read, and indoors there's 0%. With this technology, I think it was like 99 and 98 or something like that. Let's see if I can find it. It was 98.7 outdoor and 98% indoor. So it gave a lot more usability.
we'll give it a lot more functions, on how to use Wi-Fi to locate someone.
Yeah. It just gave it more stability and more usability.
More use, really. Yeah, a lot more devices could use it.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it works. Right, you didn't have to buy the little standalone GPS. You could use, phones, computers, tablets, whatever. Which at the time, I don't think there were really much in the way of tablets.
The consumer is the one that has a problem. It's not really a business problem per se. I mean, it's just more awesome for a consumer, right?
But it also it put in it would give like laptop trackability where if a laptop was stolen, it would tell where it was at. And a lot of businesses probably had problems with equipment being stolen and that kind of stuff. So it would help them too.
Right, but I think initially, and part of the problem of why they couldn't sell this technology is because it really helps out the consumer and not the producer.
Yeah.
But it could help them sell more product.
Your audio is bad tonight, Patrick. It's like, is he cutting out to you guys or just me?
A little bit. Yeah.
Yeah, a little bit.
Okay. Do the business decision makers and the companies above feel the pain and this solution solves? Vote.
I think Patrick answered that. That the decision makers and the companies don't really feel the pain because it's just an add-on to their devices. I mean, they're working without it, so it's the consumers that can benefit from it the most.
Right.
Okay, which strategy?
Like any,
strategy
I don't like any of those. Whoa.
I say persevere is probably the best. Second best would sell the company.
Yeah, local ads don't get you anywhere, really. I mean,
not for a while anyway.
Ad.
Yeah, you don't get much out of that. You may get something down the road, but initially it's not going to be much.
Yeah, persevere, I think, is the best choice.
Okay. Convince everyone in your group that you have the right plan for each of the options above. Discuss how likely Skyhook will be to succeed given the following circumstance. Current sales team.
All right. So current team skills.
The job at running with not overspending on money, so to keep more money and persevere longer.
Yeah.
On current have.
Yeah, I agree that with the persevering, they were really frugal with their spending. I mean, living off of nothing for a long time. So right. I mean, I think they have the mindset to make that work. With selling the company, I mean, that has nothing to do with current team skills or local ads, really, if you ask me.
Well, current team skills for selling the company, part of a company that I think sold twice, right? So he does have some skills in in negotiation and selling a company? Because didn't he have 2 companies he worked with that got sold?
Yeah, he did.
Okay. What about resources, cash, people, technology?
Again, with local ads, I think with resources, I think they would need almost as much resources to do that as Persevere, because those ads wouldn't pay off for a while. So
I think ads is dumb.
Yeah, so selling the company, I mean, it would give them, the thing with selling the company is it would give like the top 2 guys maybe some money, but anybody under them, they wouldn't really make much at this point. So, you know, for the Mark and Ted or whatever their names were, they would be okay with selling it, I think. I think they've got a good enough technology, and throwing it into a bigger company, they would be able to develop it easier and quicker and be able to get it out. But you know, and that's the one hard thing with Persevere is they've got to get more financing and, you know, tighten their belts to be able to continue to persevere.
Okay, business model.
I mean, I guess I don't know. That one's a difficult one for me. Maybe with the business model, if they persevere, I think they'll have to draw up a good business model and continue to develop it and change it so that they can get the financing and make sure that they can get the backing they need, and then maybe sell it to one of the companies, which it sounds like they sold it to Apple. I don't know, for selling the company, I don't know if you really need a business model. Local ad you do, but I don't know what it would be.
Well, it would just be like, plans for, how to implement local ads more effectively, maybe something like that.
Yeah.
Business model, selling the company. Well, if you got a nice business model, you can probably, sell off. And obviously they did.
I don't really think they have a. Do you guys think they have a good business model? I don't.
No, I mean if they had one.
I don't think their business model. There's really much of a business model yet. I think it even said in the case that they kind of got started on it without a business model and started pushing through on it. So I think they need to develop it better.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like we're gonna have this great idea at a time and map it. Stupid.
Okay, as a group, prepare an agenda for your call with Steve Jobs. What is your BATNA?
I have no clue what that is.
Well, I'm Googling it right now.
It's your BATNA, guys.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, okay, thanks.
It's BATNA is a term coined by Fisher and William Urey in their 1981 bestseller, Getting to Yes, Negotiation. Number 1, it states for best alternative to a negotiated agreement. So what's the best alternative to a negotiated agreement?
So I guess it's asking, because at the end it was saying, should they pay Apple to take their product, or should they have Apple pay them? At first I was thinking, well, freaking have Apple pay them because they need the money. But, if you think of it as a marketing
but it says that Apple
tool,
likes to control everything.
Yeah, but if you think of it as
I don't
a
know, man. If you get a
marketing
company
tool,
like Apple, I think it's gold.
What's that?
I think if you get on with Apple, I think long term it brings you so many more benefits than the
that's what I was
hard
gonna
negotiation.
say. With marketing and everything with everybody else, once you get in with Apple and show that it works with them, I think you could sell it to so many people for so much money. You know, you would just have to have Apple agree that they're not going to, you know, pigeonhole you, and you can only supply to them. So it's just a matter of having the investment and capital to do that.
So to a negotiated agreement. So your best alternative, my sound is bad.
Everybody's
So
having
like
issues.
is that your best alternative to not doing it or to do it?
That would be the best alternative to do it. You know, I guess, you know, I don't know. I don't know exactly what it's asking.
That's okay. Let's go into what are job interests.
Well, he wants to have the best phone market, and I think he feels like this will give a big consumer benefit.
Okay, you cut out.
His interest is probably going to be to own it, just because he has shown that that's how he really negotiates and how he likes to own his own stuff. So, not sure that he wants anything else but to buy it from him.
No, I mean, Jobs' interest is to better his product and make it, you know, continue to monopolize the market and to take, you know, the best and brightest and best products and implement them into his software and his company.
Yeah, look what he did to
I
AT&T.
think it sets Apple apart.
Yep. I'll tell you, I refused to buy anything Apple until just recently, because I was so against all the proprietariness and everything against it. Then I started learning more about Jobs and stuff he did, and I was like, hey, yeah, this is a pretty brilliant guy. I think I'm going to buy in a little bit.
Well, I think the iPhones, like, my battery dies all the time. It glitches. Like, my boyfriend's glitches all the time. The batteries just are horrible on him.
I've had Android and iPhone, and they're both the same. I get just as good as you know. I've had supposedly some of the best Android batteries, and they've died on me within a day, within a few hours, and depending on what I'm doing.
Yeah, it's just weird. Okay, it says, why did he call you?
Because we had went to see them on 3 different occasions, and the last time he was in California, he went to the office and dropped off some sampling of the product, and they liked it. They had reviewed it. They saw it was good, and so they called him back.
Yeah, I mean, he called because he had interest in the product and its capabilities, because he was an innovator and somebody always looking for the next best thing to set him apart.
He wasn't expecting a call from Jobs. He just got it, you know.
Yeah. He thought it was a joke at first.
It was a joke, yeah.
Okay, who should pay you?
Who should pay?
You
pay up?
I think I switched to where I don't know if there should even be a pay either way. I think that they should give Apple the program, you know, the Skyhook stuff, and let them install it on their phone and get the brand and get the notoriety out there and show what it can do. And then I think in the long run, you know, Nokia is going to come on board, you know, all the other phone manufacturers and everything will come on board. And then that's where you're going to make your money and start really going. And maybe do it, you know, with Apple for a 2-year or 3-year agreement or something like that. And then work on the payout from there.
I like that. I like that idea.
I know. I'm good that way.
No, that was a good one. That was a good one. It's just because our wives don't tell us that, so we get excited when people.
I know. That's the first time I've gotten a compliment in I don't know how long.
Yeah.
Probably for the last time you guys complimented me.
Yeah. like, honey, go to sleep. I need to get on this call.
Okay. Will you pay Apple to get onto their device, or will Apple pay you? You just basically answered that.
Yeah. How much will you propose? Well, I guess if you had to give a number, I mean, it'd be minimal.
Like I said, I would say freeware. I would try to get where, at least for Apple, or at least for a short term, and then do like a 2-year contract or something with it. Make sure everything's working good and get your name out there, and I think it would start selling really well.
Like he was offered 300,000. He was offered 300,000 in the past. If he takes anything, between 2 and 3, that's a good number. If we had to pick one.
Yeah.
Well, he was offered 100,000 because of 300,000. He asked for 300,000.
Well, that'd say he could probably take, I don't know, maybe anywhere then between 100 and 200. But I mean, that's the ball's in the Jobs' court. That's a great place to put your product.
Yeah.
It says support your answer.
It's Jobs.
It's Apple.
Jobs. That's it. That's it.
Again, the biggest support is their problem is getting their product any kind of notoriety on their product. If you can get in with Apple, I mean, you're made.
Yeah, the notoriety is there.
Okay, how big is this opportunity for Skyhook?
Huge.
I think it's going to make or break them.
Huge.
Yeah, I think it's the make or break for them.
Donald Trump, huge.
You're
It's going to be good. It's going to be good for you.
Did you guys see that Arnold Schwarzenegger is going to be the new Celebrity Apprentice dude?
Yeah, I did see that.
That's I don't know about that.
Hey, that's my ex-governor you're talking about.
Yeah, I still don't know about that.
The only thing I remember him doing here is making us turn our lights on in the rain. So we appreciate his time here.
My boyfriend loves Arnold. He has his book on lifting weights and oh my gosh.
Well, he wasn't that huge around here.
What's he gonna say? You've been terminated. He's not gonna have the good you're fired.
That's a good one, Brian. I like that. You're pretty witty.
Yeah, you are. Hey, don't tell him all that compliments. He's getting all red. That guy's
let me
he's running out of cheek space to be getting all blush. So
especially since I had my facelift a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
He's like,
how's it healing?
30 from one side, 40 from another.
Let's see the.
I want a facelift.
Oh wait, come up a little higher because you're down at the bottom where the 4 pictures are. Yeah, that's not bad.
Looks good.
That's a hot scar.
That's a manly scar. Yeah.
Yeah, I've had a few people buy into my bar story too. They're like, "Really? Holy crap!" What were you doing in a bar? I was just out with some friends, and I was the designated driver.
I had to go in a bar today. I was at this little restaurant that my boyfriend's friend just set up, and there's no bathroom in there. And he's like, "We can go next door." So I go next door in this bar, and there's like 4 o'clock in the afternoon, bunch of people in there drinking, smell like smoke. I was just like, ugh. So
you get to smoke inside?
Yeah. Yep.
Oh, you can't smoke inside. Nothing here.
Yeah, usually you can't. I was surprised.
Oh,
you can't drink all day unless you start early.
Runs a bar.
That's true.
If you ever come here, just make sure you turn on your lights if it's raining.
Okay. All right. Well, I think we are good to go.
Later, guys.
All right, have a good night.
Yep.
Good night, kids. Later.
Night.